Hey there, guys. What I want to talk to you today about is how to make friends when solo traveling. This is my lifeblood. This is my bread and butter. I am not a cocky motherfucker about most things, but I'm cocky as fuck about this, and it's because, quite simply, I'm fucking good at it. You can put me in any fucking country where I don't speak the language, where I don't know anyone. I'm gonna come back with crazy adventures, mad fucking fun, and a bunch of friends and stories that'll last a lifetime. And I'm really qualified to talk about this because I used to have severe social anxiety. I know a lot of people might not believe it, but when I was younger, I couldn't pay for my own things at the cashier. I used to get really nervous talking to people that I just met. And if I went to a party and I didn't know anybody, I'd just put my headphones on in the club or in the party and just not talk to anybody, listen to my little sad emo rock, fucking weird. But I worked my ass off. My whole entire teenage and adult life I spent working on how to be more social. And when I was younger, I always heard people about I always heard stories of people traveling by themselves, and I'm like, who the fuck? Who does that? That's so scary. That's so intimidating. Long and behold, here I am living that fucking life, man, and I can definitely give you some really good fucking tips on how to do that. Step number one is staying at a hostel. Oh my god, gross, yuck, grimy, hostels are gross, the movie Hostel, dangerous. Fuck that shit. It's actually really awesome, dude. You don't have to stay at a dorm. You can have your own private room, but if you're broke, get a fucking dorm. It's like $3 a fucking night, you know? It's cheap as shit. So I recommend hostels being step number one. A cool thing about a hostel is that there's people everywhere. There's you're gonna easily socialize with people because they're walking everywhere. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, a little fucking bright smile, and guess what? People are gonna want to talk to you. It's simple like that. One thing that I notice about myself whenever I travel at hostels, for some reason, I'm the most fucking coolest guy at the hostel. And when I say the most coolest guy, I mean that everybody knows me. Everybody's talking to me. I have that energy in me, and it's nothing magical. Anybody could have that shit. The thing that I do is, when I go to the hostel, the first thing I do is I'm meeting the fucking owner of the hostel who works there. I'm meeting the fucking hostess. The whole staff knows who I am. Hey, I'm Rod. Hey, I'm Rod. Blah, 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 blah. I'm from New York. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just chatting them up, and then they know who the fuck I am, you know? And that helps a lot. You know, the cleaners know who the hell I am. So when I'm walking through the hostel, everybody's like, who is this guy? Everybody knows who this guy is. It's fucking me, you know? But it feels like I'm at home. And that's when you're traveling, you want to make everywhere you go your fucking home, you know? So that's step one, you know, you talk to people, you get to know them. Another thing that helps out when you're solo traveling is making sure that you are going out of your way to talk to people. I know it's really hard for introverts like myself. I don't want to talk to people sometimes. I want to just be quiet and alone, you know? But I think it's super important that you kind of force yourself to, hey, how's it going? You know, talk to people, because that's the whole point of solo traveling, at least to me, you know. Yeah, you get to see cool things, but seeing cool things and not connecting it with human interaction, it's kind of empty and boring. Step number 2 or 3, I'm not really counting these steps, but a good tip that I would highly recommend is have a fucking good itinerary, dude. Another reason why I'm the cool guy at the hostel, why everybody wants to hang out with me when I'm at the hostel, my itinerary is fucking lit, bro. I know the best fucking clubs, I know the best bars, I know the best nature spots, the best hikes, the best museums, the best fucking food, the best everything, the best coffee, because I love coffee. So I can just invite people on my shit. So if I meet somebody at the hostel, I'm like, hey man, what you doing today? Oh, I don't really know. Well, I'm doing this today. If you want to come through with me, blah, blah, blah. People are going to be like, oh shit, that sounds kind of cool. Come along, whatever. And if they don't want to come with me, and if they don't want to come to my party, I'm not like, oh no, I got rejected. They don't want to hang out with me. I'm kind of sad. Not at all. Because guess what? With or without them, I'm going to have a fucking good time. The fun's already happening. I'm just inviting you along for the fucking trip, you know? Another tip that I want to give you is use TripAdvisor, man. TripAdvisor is listen, I know it's mainstream, it's not underground enough, but they have fucking a lot of cool fucking shit on that, you know? That's where I find the best hostels. I type in party hostel. And if you don't want to do a hostel, if you're scared and you want to do an Airbnb or a hotel, again, I've done it too. I've done it before. I personally don't like it, but I'll do it sometimes. But one thing, it's gonna be a little bit harder to make friends. So what I recommend is do a fucking tour. I know it sounds cheesy, tour, I don't wanna do it, that's corny. But guess what? I had an awesome experience with it. I went to Costa Rica a few years ago and the party hostel was fucking dead. There was nobody around. I'm like, this is fucking whack. And then I was like, you know what, I'll do a tour. I asked the guy, hey, what kind of tours do you guys have? I did a coffee tour, so I'm really excited for this coffee tour. And I go, and everyone is a fucking couple, and I'm just like, this is pretty fucking lonely. But you know, I said, fuck it, I'm gonna make a good time with it. I was joking around with the fucking tour guide, and I'm joking around with everybody. Everybody's talking to me because I'm fucking having a good time. Fuck it, I'm laughing that I'm the only fucking single guy on this shit. I ended up making friends with this really cool couple, and we're still friends till this day. And if they ever come to New York City, they got a friend in New York. And if I ever go to Spain to visit them, I got a friend in Spain. You know, and that's the cool thing about those tours. You know, you're kind of forcing yourself to be more social. Another tip that I would recommend is go to the bars and to the clubs, man. I know it sounds a little sketchy and you're a little scared. You're by yourself, go to a bar. Just fucking guard your cup. I went to the Dominican Republic one time by myself and I didn't know anybody. And I went to a bar and I ended up partying with like 55-year-olds, singing karaoke. They're giving me free food. We're drinking, having a good time. It could have ended really bad. I could have gotten roofied or some shit. But luckily, it was awesome. And I had the time of my life. I sang Journey. The crowd was going crazy. It was fucking radical, dude. But that's the thing, you know. One big tip about solo traveling and making friends is it's all in your fucking head. You make the party. You can make a trip shitty. You can make a trip great. It's all on you. And so that's the beauty of it, because that's so reminiscent to what life is. Another tip that I love to do is take Uber. Make sure if you're solo traveling, always take Uber. I've met awesome people through Uber, and the cool thing is, you know, you kind of be like, yo, what you doing tomorrow? Like, I don't really know. I'm like, yo, would you mind driving me? I'll give you this much, and you get a cheaper rate than Uber, and you get a fucking friend, and you get a fucking photographer. So when you see all my photos on my Instagram page, guess who took the photos? The fucking Uber driver, because we're hanging out. I invite them with me. Hey, you want to go like get some food and ride horses? Like, yeah. You mind taking a picture of me on this fucking horse so I can look all fucking majestic? And they do it, and then guess what? We're still fucking friends. I'm still friends with all those dudes. I still talk to them and ask them how the family's been, how everything, because that's the whole thing with solo traveling. Again, it's risky, man. There is no fucking safe journey when solo traveling. Everything is fucking dangerous in life, you know, and that's just how it is, you know. You gotta risk it to have good times, man. And I've had some of the fucking most wildest, coolest things, you know. And if you are a little skeptical about solo traveling, you know, if it's not for you, don't do it, man. But what I would say is it's awesome. It'll fucking change your life. And I really hope with this video gave you some really good tips on how to make friends and how to get past your comfort zone. I will leave you with one more tip because I'm generous as fuck. Don't be afraid to say hi to people, you know. Don't be afraid. Listen, if you're a natural introvert and you're in this beautiful country, you know, one hello can mean a fucking lifetime of friendship. It could mean other bad stuff too. I'm not going to tell you bad things can happen. Be smart. Be fucking skeptical. I'm from New York City, so I'm very skeptical about everything. I'm always like, it doesn't mean that I'm not social. It doesn't mean I'm not fun. I can read people really well. And who knows, anything could happen when you solo travel. But I believe, you know, I'm a fucking hippie, I guess. I believe if you believe in good things are going to happen, if you come with good intentions and you're smart and you're not too naive about the situation, you'll end up having the time of your life. Solo travel changed who the fuck I am, man. I hope it does the same for you. I'm sending you a lot of love, a lot of fucking good vibes. Hope you have a fucking great day. A lot of love.